chat. BDO's message loaded 3 times. It's just 3 hoes. I don't know. Twitch seems twitchy. Oh my god, the emote's actually lined up.
No.
How long is it going to be lined up?
I'm going to fuck you with Satan's cock.
Oh my god, look! Is it synced for you guys? Because it's totally syncing for me. Rod, thank you so much for subbing the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving it for 54 months.
I fucking appreciate you, bro. Hail Satan and thank you.
Twitch be twitching. Yeah. The chat's twitching, so I don't know. Death grips have so many. You're right. It does. It works for now. For now, yay, it's lined up. Holy shit. I don't know why it gets unlined up. That's so weird. I'm so happy it's actually lined up right now. It's the little pleasures in life. They started replacing my roof yesterday and are finishing today's oh god, all the noise. So we had a plumber come out yesterday, and that emote is so great. Those emotes together, I should say. We had a plumber. It's fucking stupid.
I'm going to fuck you with Satan's cock.
BDO, thank you so much for subbing the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it swings for 62 months in a row. That's a really long time. And I
fucking appreciate you. Go forth and be consensual, bitch. Hail Satan.
I'm sorry, you have all the noise. We have that. We're like, no shit. So, you got, it's owning a home sucks. So our dishwasher died. And so we were like, okay, we got to save up for a new dishwasher. Dog hair, which is around $1,000. And then the fucking kitchen sink just stops working. Out of nowhere. So we had a plumber come out yesterday, and turns out we have to buy a new dishwasher, a new faucet, and some sort of joint for under our sink and pay someone to weld it in. But the kicker. So, because we're having a fucking plumber come over, I was like, I'm gonna use this. This is my excuse to go to the mountains. I've been trying to go to the mountains for a couple weeks now with the dogs. And I just keep making fucking appointments on my one day off, so I couldn't take them. And yesterday, I spotlessly cleaned the kitchen so the plumber didn't have to deal with anything. And then I took the dogs to the mountains, and I was gone for like 5 hours. And when I came home, the fucking plumber still hadn't shown up. So I got home literally like 3 minutes before movie night starts, jump in real quick, movie night starts, and the plumber shows up. He was very nice. Like, literally, he walks in, and what had happened, I'm sure this happens to you guys if you smoke, but, like, I had emptied my bowl into my ashtray, and sometimes if there's a hot coal in the bowl when you empty it in the ashtray, it'll just sit in your ashtray, and this little plume of smoke will come off of it. And so, like, I'm rushing around trying to keep the dogs outside for the plumber. Movie night's going on. We rolled good movies last night, so I'm, like, stoked. And I smell burning. I'm, like, walking around and I'm like, I don't smell weed burning. I just smell burning, because the weed that you like, when you pull it through a pipe and smoke it, it smells a lot different than if you're just like letting weed burn without smoking it, I guess. It's a different smell. And so I'm walking around while the plumber's in our kitchen and I'm like, do you guys, there's a fruit fly. I swear to God, it's the same one every day. Do you guys smell burning? And the plumber literally looks up and goes, smells like pot. Don't worry, I'm a stoner too. And just crawls under my sink. So I think he's a cool guy. I think we watched Dale and Tucker or whatever. Tucker Dale, what is it? It was only the second time I'd ever seen it. Dale and Tucker versus Evil? Against Evil? Something like that. Yeah, it was really good. I liked it a lot. It was such a fucking cute movie. Oh, a story. Do you have a theme? Yeah, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. That was really cute. I liked that movie a lot. It was weird. It was very gory. It was bizarre. But I swear to you, I think his name was Chad, right? The guy in the blue shirt that went crazy. He's in Ginger Snaps, the movie I was talking about the other night. And I swear to you, he plays the exact same person. Like, that guy has made an entire career off just being a psycho teenager. I don't know what age he is, but he doesn't age. Chad, yeah. It was a fun movie. I didn't remember it much. Ginger Snaps is like a cult I don't know how to describe that because it's really low budget. It's really corny, but it's really well done for what it is. I don't know how to explain ginger snaps. I like it. It's along the same lines as like Jennifer's Body, where it's just kind of horror porn a little bit. I don't know, but like the first Ginger Snaps is good. The second one's a shitty sequel, and then the third one is like a prequel, and it goes back to like Pilgrim days and allegedly shows how the werewolves started or something. I haven't seen the third one in years. It's very corny. They're all very corny. They're all very, very corny, but they're fun. I just like listening. I got to think of a story. I got to think of one. Not that it's a problem. I always try to think of something unique. I don't know. Something I haven't told at least in a long time. We did coconut story last week. That was horrid. Oh yeah. So the part in my sink, it's called an angle stop. That's what I have to get. I saw someone commented on that. Whatever the fucking weird joint is for under my sink, I have to get an angle stop. A 1 to 2 two-sided. I wrote it down. Whatever that means. I know. The coconut stories forever. I'm trying to think. What's a good story? No theme, right? You don't care if it's medical or not? Have I told you nothing in the orifices? What's $10? What's $10? Oh yeah, they're cheap. The problem is that it has to be welded in. I don't weld. Like, I don't have a welder. I can weld, but I wouldn't trust me to weld that. Literally, I am going to ask my dad. I wrote down everything that plumber did last night, and I'm going to call my dad. If for those that don't know, my dad's a plumber. He just lives on the other side of the country, so like, I would fly him here. If it was cheaper for him to be flown here and fix my sink than it was to have a plumber fix it, I would. Like, but it's nice to have that resource. I can call my dad and be like, is this real? So no shit. The guy, like, I heard welding and soldering. It's so funny you asked that, Trouble, because when they were in the kitchen, I was here at movie night, and Zach and the plumber were in the kitchen. I heard them say welding and soldering, and I literally was standing here, and I'm like, wait, welding or soldering? And they both just kind of looked at me. Those are different. Those aren't the same thing. I don't, like, they were using them interchangeably. How is that getting used to it? From what? What do you mean, Dunkin'? Oh, I love Dunkin'. I don't know anyone in Seattle or Washington who's like, yeah, Starbucks. Not one person. We put up with Starbucks if that's all there is. But Starbucks tastes like burnt shit. Yeah, it was easy. Well, I'd been visiting New York my whole childhood because that's where my dad's side is. So I was already like on the Dunkin' train, like, I've been drinking coffee since I was like 4th grade, so I was already on it. Like, I knew there was Dunkin' out there, and I'm just so glad it's spreading across the U.S. because Starbucks is a fucking bane on society. No shit, Vash. Every time I take someone down to Seattle, I have to take them. They don't request it, but I take them to the first Starbucks just to show them the line out the door. You'll have to ask Vissy. Vissy, I took Vissy to see it. It's comical because it is the first Starbucks. Like, it's this little hole in a wall down on Pike's Place, but there's usually literally like a 30-person line down the street out the door, and it's no different than any other Starbucks. Like, that's Starbucks' whole gig, is that you can go there and you can get a macchiato from any Starbucks in the world and they'll all taste identical. That's Starbucks' thing. Is that you can go there, you can order your drink, and it will taste exactly the same every single time. So that's their thing. So, like, there's nothing unique about it, and it's really small. Like, there's only enough room for, like, 3 people in it. So everybody's outside, and by the time you're inside, you've got about 5 minutes that you're in this original Starbucks, and then you're kicked out. It's really small, but it's humorous to me because there's a Starbucks across the street from it. Like, Like another one. Like there's Starbucks literally on every corner in Seattle. It's nauseating. They're fucking everywhere. They're constant. Okay, so Najeel. Nothing in the orifices. I don't know if I've told this story in a while, but it's one of my favorites because it was fucking hilarious to me. I still laugh hysterically about it. So, I have a lot of siblings. So when we were kids, we just hung out with each other. We like played games and stuff, and we played a lot of Truth or Dare. I think I've told you guys the Truth or Dare story about how, what the fuck song is this? About how Katrina dared us to eat a tablespoon of margarine and mayonnaise, and we all projectile vomited into the kitchen sink, like slugs of mayonnaise out of our body. Fucking horrific. We used to play some fucked up, like, we'd stay up until 5 a.m. and like sneak our parents' alcohol and play Truth or Dare. It was crazy. But anyways, so like where we built our house in Eastern Washington, we actually found that property by houseboating. And my whole like dad's side of the family rented 2 houseboats, and we went up and down Lake Roosevelt. They found this property, bought it, whatever. So we camped on the property before my parents built a house there for years. So we would go out there and we had like this little RV, and it was hot as fuck and there was nothing to do. And so we would sit inside and we would play Truth or Dare or something. And we were playing Truth or Dare one time, and it had gone pretty far. Like we were at the point where we were like, I dare you to slap Sarah in the face. I dare you to jump off the top of the RV, whatever. We were just bored out of our minds. So Joshua, she's a nurse now. Very interesting. She would do anything. Like she was our wild card when it came to dares. She would literally do anything. You almost had to be careful with Joshua when it came to dares. She would do anything. And I don't remember who dared her to do it, to be honest. I was like 12. I don't remember who dared her to do it. But one of the 8 siblings in this little RV dared Joshua to put a pickle in her ass. Because we're children. That's what we do, I guess. So we're all sitting around that little pop-up table inside the RV, and someone dares Joshua to put a pickle in her ass, and Joshua just starts cracking up hysterically and goes to the fucking RV fridge and pulls out a jar of pickles. And she gets a pickle out, and she's got like one leg up like this, and she's got the pickle like this, faced to the door of the RV. So like she's facing us, and she's got the pickle. Literally, like she's about to fucking do it. It's watch out, bud. I don't want to roll over your tootsies. So she's sitting there, like, spread fucking eagle, ready to go, and we're all just crying, laughing, hysterically. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the fucking RV door flies open, and there's my mom. And my mom's view, if you've never seen, like, the inside of an RV, usually there's, like, steps up into it. Her view is just Joshua spread-legged and asshole out with the pickle ready. Like, my mom's just looking up into that. And we're like in that little table next to the chairs. And so everybody just goes like dead silent. And my mom takes 2 steps up and like puts her hands on the railings and looks into the trailer, sees all the kids in there, sees what Josh is doing. Like none of us, it's not continuing obviously. And my mom straight up, girls, nothing in the orifices. And then just left. And long story short, Joshua did not put the pickle in her ass. But, like, what would you do? Because I don't know what I would have done had I been in that position as a mother. Like, your children are just fucked up. All of them. All of them. Like, you've just walked into what your kids do in their spare time. They're ruined. We're broken. We need help. We needed help. But, yeah, that was the day I learned orifice. The word orifice. I had no, like... Literally, all of us were like, what the fuck? I think one of my older brothers was like, nothing in your ass. Kids. We were fucking weird. I think at that point, what your mom did was for the best. I think, honestly, same. What could she have done? Like, every parent tries their best, I think, for the most part. 8 kids, like, how do you even manage? I've joked about that, but at the end of the day, it was basically a head count. You're all alive, good. Like, we were feral. We were just feral children. Your mom is your mom, that's why. Probably. Had a group of friends growing up I used to hang out with, doing crazy shit. We all did. And that was, like, because I had so many siblings, and we moved so often, we tended to hang out with each other. We didn't really have a lot of outside friends, and if we did, they joined in the nonsense. Like, they were bad. Like, I remember my brother Corey had a really good friend named Kyle, and he was our M80 guy. He's the guy who would come over with a bag of M80s. We were like, yeah, let's fucking blow shit up. It was the best, but like, it wasn't a good additive. We didn't. Ugh. Having to deal with 8 drunk kids that late, don't have time, dude. What do you even do? What do you even do? What do you even do? There isn't really much more you can do in that situation. No, you just like, she just set a rule. It wasn't, and honestly, it was probably it was instinctual, but it was probably the smartest thing she's ever done, because she wasn't like, no fucking with pickles. It was nothing in the orifices. So from that moment forward, we could no longer dare each other to eat spoonfuls of mayonnaise. Orifice. That we'd literally whip that word out. Like, my brothers would be like, I dare you to chug Tabasco. No, that's an orifice. Mom said no orifices. It's fucking weird. We were weird kids, man. You know what, Vash? I was talking about that the other day in chat. I was wondering, like, I don't remember what we were watching, but we were watching like a music video or something where it showed teenagers having a party. And I was like, do kids party anymore? Because the only reason we went to parties was because we were bored and lonely and we wanted to socialize. But you don't literally have to leave your house to socialize anymore. I don't know, but does that even exist? Like, do house parties exist? I don't know. It's weird. Or like clubbing. Like, remember when we were like turning 21 and shit? There were those clubs that would have cameramen in them and you could go in and get pictures of your friends and everybody was getting fucking blasted. But the only reason you went is you were lonely and you wanted to socialize and that was a social outlet. You don't need that anymore. Really? Don't see that anymore. I patrol at night and I rarely see them. Interesting. 90s kids were weird. I think we were like so bored. Just so bored. So unbelievably bored. We were being raised by parents that like were used to the whole like, we're just going to lock you outside with a stick, but they raised us in a city with no sticks. So like our parents came from that being raised by the golden era where it was like lock the kids outside, give them a stick and play with them. But they did that like in neighborhoods and cities where there were no sticks and nothing to do. So we ended up pickling our asses. Like it's not the same world. Our club picture was ancient. He loved every second. Dude, who wouldn't love taking those photos? Those photos were hilarious. And you had to wait like a week to see them, which is wild. Wild to even think about. It's great on the 4th, less missing fingers. You know, Vash, in all my years working in hospitals and ERs and emergency rooms, that's the same thing, Katie. I never saw a kid fuck up with a firework. It was always men in their 30s and 40s. Exclusively. And 90% of the time it was a fucking Roman candle. Like, that was it. It's crazy. Like, I don't know why. Like, kids are sparklers and shit. Like, they're not putting their hands in fireworks. They're still afraid of fire, I guess. But I guess at my age, we don't care anymore. Voting early, fuck yes. Oh my god, Yeet, you're gonna be on TV? What the fuck? Why? Well, no shit, Rod. I mean, seriously, I deal with explaining this like with my phone. Everybody knows I'm terrible at getting back to people within a reasonable amount of time. But I think it's a psychosis. I was, raised in that environment, which doesn't excuse it because we're in a different world now, but I was raised in that environment where I get to choose when I'm social. People don't get to impede on my alone time. So, like, I don't check my phone every 15 minutes just in case someone contacted me. I check it every 4 hours because I'm lonely or I'm looking for attention or I want to talk to somebody or something. And so the idea that, like, I'm just at the beck and call of constant communication can be really daunting. Because, like, in my mind, I'm like, no, I should have to get in my car and go somewhere for this amount of annoying human interaction. But instead, it's all in this little box that's always with me. And so, I don't know, I get, like, people are like, wow, you have such a healthy relationship with your phone. I'm like, do I? Because I hate it so much. It's so annoying. It never stops. They're older, drink more, and the reflexes have slowed, a theory at least. That, and I think the more you fuck around with something, the more you get, like, that feral confidence with it. So, by the time you're in your 30s, you're like, fuck it, I've been lighting fireworks every year for my entire life. Like, I'm fine, but you're not. I mean, I told you, that's a story. I think I've told you guys this story at least once before, but again, with Eastern Washington and all my lovely white trash family, we lived in Eastern Washington where no fires, no fireworks are allowed because it is just a matchstick. It's dry as fuck, just miles and miles and just dry wheat and like burnt up pine trees and shit. So literally a spark from a car can set fires. Fires are terrifying. They can move 20 miles an hour. They are so goddamn scary. Fires are my hurricane. Like, I grew up with fires, literally like jumping roads and encroaching on my parents' house. That shit, horrifying. Those fires are so scary. But I never felt like I needed to go play with it. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know. I never felt like I needed to play with it. But one year, so we still lit fireworks because, I don't know, there's always ways around the law. But essentially, fireworks are illegal in Eastern Washington unless you're on the Indian reservation. Where the Indian reservation, nobody gives a fuck. And we lived on the Indian reservation. So what we would do is we would go down to the lake and we would shoot fireworks over the lake. And then we would go out the next day in our kayaks and go pick up all the trash that was floating and shit. Not the best case scenario. We were definitely littering. I was just following my parents' guidance at this point, and I know better. But we would literally go down to the beach and shoot fireworks over the lake, and then you wouldn't risk lighting your house on fire. So we're all down on the beach, and in this, like, it's Lake Roosevelt, which is really hard to explain. The Columbia River is a massive river in Washington, and the Lake Roosevelt is a miles and miles and miles and miles long branch of it. So they call it a lake, but it's not a lake. It's a river. It's literally miles long. You can travel it for quite some time. It's a huge river. And it's controlled by a dam. I think it's the Cooley Dam. But anyways, it's controlled by a dam. So half the year, the river's literally like 15 feet wide. And then the other half of the year, it's a mile wide. And that's all the dam. But in the summertime, especially around July, the river is full. So your beach is like 2 feet wide. Like, that's all you have. So we had a little bonfire, and my drunkles thought it was a great idea to take all of the used up firework cartridges and throw them in the fire. And all I remember is suddenly little lightning bugs were like, boo, boo, sideways out of the fire. Just boo, 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 into the field. The fucking dried up wheat field surrounding my parents' house that's like a matchstick. And every one of my drunkles just gets up and starts doing like the Irish dancing, stomping. Every adult is freaking out, laying down on top of little fires that are starting. And we were just laughing. We were just cackling maniacally. All the kids, we were just laughing hysterically because it was the funniest thing we'd ever seen. But we could have absolutely died. Like, we should have just burned up. It's just not something you fuck with. But drunkles, they're the best. Drunkles. I got a lot of them. Everybody's got a drunkle. We did that one New Year, just threw fireworks in a burning barrel. What happened? Because that is... oh my god, no shit, Slug. As a former EOD explosive ordnance disposal tech, I have a dangerous amount of respect for and fear for fireworks. Yes! Unlike everything else that goes boom, since fireworks have no safety systems built in and idiots can buy them with no checks. 100%. It is... like, no shit, I don't know why, but just the other night, I was watching something where someone had a Roman candle, and I randomly was like, where did Roman candles get their name? Like, why are they called a Roman candle? So I Googled it, and I learned the history, like, not the history, but like, I learned about fireworks. I went into one of those ADHD modes where suddenly 4 hours went by, but I knew everything about fireworks and how they're all made in China, and they're just a horrific quality, and like 1 out of 10 explodes. It's crazy. Fireworks are so fucking dangerous. There's no regulations on them whatsoever. People are literally just filling cardboard with gunpowder and calling it a name. Like, nothing has a reason. Nothing has a reason for its name at all. There's theories like, oh, the Romans had torches and were bright. No. No. It's just all fucking bullshit names they just throw on shit just to make it sound exciting. I am the drunkle. Aw, 6 Pete. How's that working out for you? That just makes me want to watch from a distance, shouting, Godspeed, you magnificent idiots. 100%. Yeah, you wanted to get in your kayak and just go into the lake and let it happen, because Jesus Christ. I got a burn on my wrist. My friend burned his leg. It was chaotic. That's what I would assume. Yeah, that sounds horrible. That sounds like a bomb. Drone shows are everything. Oh my god. Like, I'm the first person to admit I love blowing shit up. I love fire. Shit is fun. But drone shows? why do fireworks even, I think like fireworks will persist because individual people can buy fireworks and set them off in their backyard and be like, ooh, look at the pretty show. But like the everyday you and me doesn't have 50 drones to program and a flight pad and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So like you have to go to, but damn, they're the best thing. I've seen them twice at Burning Man. Drone shows are the best thing I've ever seen. When you're at Burning Man, I heard fireworks going off your house. They go off every night. I'm surprised you don't hear. I heard them last night. I don't like. It's a constant joke in our house. We hear fireworks, and Zach will be like, "Oh wow, it's October 8th." Woo! Like we just never know. Everywhere else I've lived in the world, you know it's becoming close to 4th of July because fireworks start to get set off, right? People set them off like a week before and a week after, whatever. Out here, if it's summer, you got fireworks. I don't get it. It's constant. I find them in my yard, like the cartridges or whatever, the empty fireworks. I find them dead in my yard all the time. If someone sets my house up with fireworks, I'm going to set their children on fire. Right? Kato, I mean, what's one drone of that quality cost? I don't even know. I have no fucking idea what it costs for someone to do a drone show like that, because it literally is like hundreds of drones in the sky that are all programmed to do something, to make a picture or whatever, but it is truly phenomenal. It's so cool to see. Wow. It's roughly $100,000 for 50 drones. Yeah. So someone at Burning Man has $100,000 because there's been a dank drone show every year. That is insane. Wow. I mean, Kato, if you had the cash, it'd be such a cool thing to do because it truly is. They are just the coolest thing I've ever seen. I've told this story before, but like the first Burning Man I went to, I'm just biking across the playa in the middle of the night, and all of the sudden, out of nowhere, I see a whale breaching the skyline. Like a whale breaches the fucking mountain skyline, and I'm like, not on drugs at all. Like literally sober as a fucking fish. That doesn't make any sense, but you know what I'm saying. And I'm like, what is happening? Did someone slip me drugs? And then all of a sudden, the whale burst into stars and then formed into butterflies and fireflies. And they all started going. And it was the cool. I mean, fuck laser shows, fuck fireworks. Drone shows are where it's at. Please go to one if you get a chance. Coolest shit I've ever seen. Ever. Like, that was, wow. So cool. Just so realistic looking. All the pictures I see for Burning Man things looks like people have spent massive amounts of money on. Oh, a lot of it, most of it is grants. So what's really cool is you can actually, you can research the art after Burning Man and find the creator and whatnot if you so want to, because there's that whole non-commodification thing out there. So you'll never see, a name on a piece of art. You'll never see a username or a screen name or a tag or anything like that. But I like to follow the artists afterwards, because a lot of the times the art gets put somewhere. Like, these artists create these giant metal structures, and then they actually get placed, in a town somewhere permanent as a permanent art piece or something. And the vast majority of the huge metal structures out there, they're all grants. These people will apply for art grants, and then they take them. Rod, if you remember, not this year but last year, there was that, my favorite thing, I've shown it so many times, but the giant Pegasus that flapped its wings. So I looked up that artist and I went to his YouTube and started following his stuff. He actually made that exact giant Pegasus, but he made it this big. And that's how he applied for his grant. He made it so it functioned with the wings and everything, and it was this big, and that's how he applied for his grant. And there's a whole video on him, the moment he gets the grant, and he's like, well, I better fucking get to work. Because he has to create this now, but, huge. This, bigger than an elephant. Fucking insane. But yeah, it makes sense, because that level of money is crazy. I don't even know. I can't even fathom who has that. I wanted to start doing that since I own a media company. We do aerial photography. It's so damn, I can't even, I know you do drones. I remember that. You told me you tried to do that at TwitchCon and they said no. Well, they ignored you or something. I was telling my mom, I called my mom on my way to the mountains yesterday and I was telling her about the Burning Man stuff and it just made me miss it. Ouch. Ugh, my back is tight. Prices have been coming down for the drones pretty fast, but I assume they have a bunch of expensive control hardware and software too.
Now,
from what I understand.
I'm going to
thank you, Atif.
You with Satan's cock.
Atif, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the classy alive and giving any swings for 10
fucking months. Hail Satan, motherfucker! I appreciate you.
Yeah, so what I like the first year we saw this drone show, of course, I had to look it up because I'm like, I'd never seen a drone show before. I didn't even know they were real. Like, I didn't know that was a thing people could do at all until last summer at Burning Man. And I looked it up when I got home. And essentially, you have like 50 to 100 drones, and they have to have a landing pad where they're all set up in equidistant measure from each other in a certain pattern or whatever. And then you have a computer program that programs them to do what they're doing in the sky. But you have to have that, like, basically a flight strip. It's crazy. On top of owning all the drones and then the software to program them and blah. I mean, it's just wildly cool, though. You ever seen those painted pianos scattered around Fort Collins? One of them is mine. I made that. No. Wait. Painted pianos? No, I'm going to have to walk around. No. Yeah, they replied and told me pretty much thanks, but no thanks, which is so interesting. One of those real, yay, I got it. Oh no. Yes. Yep. What up, Atif? I hope you're doing well, honey bean. Good morning, Omega. Right now, the drone industry is really odd. The biggest company with the best tech and prices is DJI, which Congress is trying to ban in the US. Why? Remember when the government was trying to ban TikTok and that was everybody's biggest concern? Oh, wait, what's worse, a rat tail or a mullet? I don't know. Fun story though, when I was in 11th grade, a kid in my English class got a rat tail and cut it off before the day of the school day was over because he was fucking ridiculed for it so hard. Literally, he cut it off with scissors before the day was over. He no longer had a rat tail. He was so fucking bullied. I always felt bad. That stuck with me my whole life because I just thought that was gross behavior. Like, it's one thing to dislike a hairstyle, but to bully someone so hard that they cut their hair at school, that's pretty fucking bad. Like, that's disgusting, in my opinion. Oh, no shit. TikTok has to either sell to a US company or they can't operate in the US later this year. Is that really going to go through? Because I feel like they talk about that a lot, but I don't know. I don't know if it'll actually happen. I had a mullet as a child. I might still kind of have a mullet. No. I've got like a rat tail going on, but my hair's long enough. It did go through, so it has to happen. Interesting. Is there any news on if they're going to sell to an like what American company is going to buy them or something? Because I don't know. If they aren't selling, then they can't. What does that mean, operate in the US? Like, can the US, I don't even know how to word that. Can they block the app? So they'll just block the app just won't be available in America, essentially, right? Damn. Yeah, just like Brazil can't access Twitter. I heard that Elon rolled back on all the shit that Brazil was. I heard that Elon bit into the pressure from Brazil, though, right? Something like that. I don't use TikTok, so I'm fine. I'd be sad because you guys send me a lot of funny TikToks, but like, I don't TikTok. The video auto played. I hate auto. Oh my god. Do you know how many drones that is? Just genuinely curious. That is. No shit, Kato, really? I sold my drone like a week ago because of the incoming DJI ban. What the fuck? That's what it was. Elon caved to Brazil and paid the fines. Okay. Listen, the only people that can influence our election unfairly are Russian and South Africa. Ugh. Oh my god, it is Godzilla. I didn't even hear the song. Good ear. Sorry, I was trying to. Where is my music coming from? There's a video. It's like 10 seconds, but it's it's like the results of a drone show landing. You can see what I mean when I say it's like hundreds. I don't even know. This looks like hundreds of drones. Just dust is really bad for it too. Yeah, the Cybertruck is a mistake. I think electric cars are the way of the future. We should all be looking into that, or at least hybrids, says the girl with the Jeep. But you know, I don't drive, so I leave my house like once a week. They're a joke. They're just sad. They don't function well. And it's sad because I think they're like $90,000 or something. I've seen a lot too, and I pass them a lot. God damn it. Oh, this is about the Geico thing? Okay, hold on. And again, no judgment, but they are fuck ugly. You have a disposable 100K and you did that? So ugly. It's just, I mean, it's even uglier in green, but they're so fucking fuck ugly. At least the Tesla cars look nice. They look like cars. It looks like someone designing a car in a digital program, and like this is just, you know, they just boxed it out to show you like this will be the dimensions of how big the car is, and then you go in and chisel away at it and you make an actual car out of it, but they just decided to skip that part. It's so weird. They forgot to add the car texture. That's exactly it. It's like, it's just the gray box moving around your screen. That's what they look like. They're fuck ugly. It's so ugly. I just don't understand who okayed this. Okay, so don't follow Cybertrucks too closely. What flew off the top of a Cybertruck? Oh, and then we looked at something. This is another thing about the fucking, they're not, what is it? There's something about the Cybertrucks where they're not even approved for the road. It's something, oh God, we just watched it or read about it recently. Remind me. There's something about them where they didn't go through inspect something, some official something that says like that's a car and that can legally drive on the road and is safe to drive on the road. They haven't done any of that. That's another thing with it, which is wild. I cannot remember though. Oh my God, remind me. We watched or read something the other day. Like it's very specifically these trucks. They're just a joke. Oh, they didn't go through crash testing. That's it. They have not crash tested them at all. So I guess they're just a tin can that crumples. Sail pillar covers. What is that? Oh, they don't crumple. Oh, okay, good. Okay, good. I thought someone said they crumpled, so I was scared. Yeah, I think their battery goes pretty fucking long. I mean, the battery is like gas mileage, right? So you can kill that battery by gunning it, right? Or kill your gas mileage, same. Oh, crumple is good. Oh, so teach me. Crumple is good, crumple is safe. These don't crumple, and that's bad? So that's so interesting that these are a brick, because we watched a guy try to make it function like a truck and it just tore in half because the whole base is made out of plastic. That's wild. It's got to be I mean, he literally, like, do you guys remember that video we watched? The guy he could, with his hands, peel the panels off of the whole truck. They're just glued on, like, with rubber cement. So there's got to be some sort of cage or something making it, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like a Jeep, like some sort of cage inside. It is wild. I'm trying to conceptualize how they're so hardcore when we watch someone with their hands peel the panels off. They don't crumble. They have no give. They just smash. So like it's likely fatal for anyone they hit and no impact reduction for people in the Cybertruck. That is, so essentially, wow, that's scary. The kind of idiot who buys a Cybertruck is also probably the kind of person who thinks safety features aren't necessary for them. People that have too much money for their own good. Providing safety to the drivers inside. That's terrifying. I read some story about a guy breaking his leg because he got in an accident in one and it didn't crumple. So if a car doesn't crumple versus crumple, what happens to the person inside. So if a car crumples, are you like less likely to shoot out the fucking windshield or something? Versus if it doesn't crumple, because there's no crumple there, you've just got the full velocity of the car and you go flying through the windshield. Is that essentially why it's more dangerous? I'm just trying to make sense of it in my head. Because they're absorbing impact with the crumple, right? Versus if there's none, there's no impact, you continue moving at the speed the car was moving, right? Cool. Okay, that's what I was understanding. Just making sure I had a clear idea of it. Thank you. I think he means the covers for like the motor tracks for the. What is this? Is that the trunk? What is this? I don't understand them. They're just so weird. It's a trunk cover. Okay, that's so I want to just look at it again. That's a trunk cover. So it doesn't. So where's the picture of that guy? So it does it ugly. I don't care. Fucking hate AI. No shit. I was just teaching my mom yesterday, how to point. Like she was asking me, she's like, I just don't know how to get around this AI, and I taught her what Glut taught me. Look at the hands. Look at the hands. Always look at the hands. The hands will give away AI every time. No, Mr. Jingles, don't worry about it. We are all victims of AI right now. I truly believe that nobody's perfect at it, and you didn't do that on purpose. I get fucking bought out by AI a lot, and chat will be like, Katie, that's AI. Katie, that's AI. And I'm like, it's so pretty. And then 5 minutes go by, and I look at chat, and the entire chat's like, this is fucking AI, Katie. I don't know. It's the worst. It sucks. I hate it so much. But like, it's kind of fun when you can spot it, but also infuriating because you're like, why did you do that? Why did you make this fake fucking video? Like, get a life. Not so, but there are tons of vids like that. Just fake ones. Really. Oh, just a sim video, not AI. I saw a tweet at one point how identifying AI is like the old rules on identifying fake. Count the fingers and teeth. It is. It really is. Oh my God. It's real though. Like, no shit. If you're looking at a photo of, especially of a person, and you can't tell if it's AI, look at the teeth or the hands. AI can't conceptualize that we have 5 fingers on each hand because our angles of our hands are always different and they're hiding fingers. And because AI just pulls resources off the internet and isn't actually creating, the hands are always fucked up. It's a great way to it's a great way to like see it, but it's a point. It's, you know, it's a case of just like watching for it. It sucks. It's nobody's fault. It's just. And I agree with you, but considering who Elon is, I bet he doesn't hire those types. Because, like, a proper engineer wouldn't listen to him and wouldn't do what he says, and it sounds like he needs people to do exactly what he says all the time. Hold on, Steely, I got you. Mother of God. Not you, you're fine. It's my computer. He apparently had significant input on the Cybertruck. All right, I've proven wrong. I didn't know. From idea to final product, you know, that honestly makes a lot of sense. That fucking checks out, really. Kind of does. He had an idea, bad idea, and pushed for it to happen way too fucking fast. I mean, regardless of the speed, if it's a bad idea, it's a bad idea, and it's gonna be shitty, right? Jack Doherty crashes his car. What the fuck? I don't want to see someone crash their car. Is it bad? Someone crashed their car while reading chat live on stream. Like, really bad? Yeah. No, don't worry about it. I know better. I'm not fucking playing it. You're fine. I read it. But, can we talk about how we shouldn't look at our phones while we drive? What the fuck? I just don't understand. I feel like that's what are you doing? Isn't that, doesn't Twitch shut down? Didn't Twitch shut down a bunch of channels for doing that? Like people were driving with their phone on and talking to their phone, like talking to their chat, and Twitch shut them down. Yeah, it's a shitty Kick. Yeah, because they have to go to Kick, I think. Oh, he was banned from Kick. Good. If you do something dumb enough to get you kicked off of Kick, it's impressive. I agree. No, Steely, it's 100%. You're okay. You're fine. I heard about it. It's terrible. I don't wish harm on anybody. Ever. And it brings up a good, like, as much as I don't think all y'all need to be reminded not to look at your phone and drive, but, like, if it's that important, pull over. Let's not stream and drive. Yeah? Let's not do that. It's a good, I mean, unfortunately, that's something that needs to be talked about. I hate that that's real, but it is. It's a good topic to bring up. You shouldn't do that. Don't. What the fuck is wrong with you? Put your phone away. Stop it. That's how I ended up getting hit on my bike. Some idiot was on their phone and didn't look both ways. Stay the hell off your phone. I've had my car hit because of that. Same thing. He was on TikTok Live begging for money to fix that car. No one deserves to be hurt in a car accident, but, like, don't stream and drive. What the fuck? It's hard to do just sitting in a chair. I'm sorry you got hit, by the way, Molly. That's fucked up. So people drive golf carts around the neighborhoods here. It's South Carolina thing. Don't ask. But the amount of teenagers texting and driving is scary as fuck. It's horrifying and so idiotic. And literally, that's how people die. I don't care about myself, really. But my worst fear is a small child running out in front of my car. Worst fear ever. And if one glance down at my phone is enough time for that to happen and me to accidentally murder a child, phone ain't worth it. I don't care who's calling. Period. So every time you're driving and you think about checking your phone, think to yourself, what if that 1 second is the second a ball rolls in the road and a small child does, and we've ruined lives forever? Let's not fuck around with that shit. Yeah. But it is, unfortunately, because it's still happening, it's a topic that needs to be brought up. Trouble, same. Mine, I plug it into my car so I have music and I dump it in my bag. There's just no excuse for it. It's so fucking dangerous. And you can't go back. Like, there is no going back once you have done something as horrid as not paid attention to the road for enough seconds to hit a child. You don't go back from that. Everybody's lives are ruined. You've ruined lives. Your life is ruined. Everyone's lives are ruined. Stop looking at your phone. It's not that important, I promise. Get a fidget toy. If you're bored in the car, learn how to drive stick. I swear to you, it's the best. It's the best fidget toy that's ever existed, is driving a stick. Dude, 6 feet, exactly. These people operating 4,000-pound pieces of metal and plastic at 80 miles an hour on their phone. What could possibly go wrong? It's just, it feels like common sense not to do that, but I don't know. I didn't watch the TikTok rod, but I saw the car. It was totaled. I haven't seen anything about it. I just heard about it. You can go the length of a fucking football field in the same time as you look at your phone. Very much so. That's what I'm saying. When people say, like, it only takes a split second, that's not an exaggeration. That's quite literally how long it takes going 35 miles an hour in a neighborhood to hit a child. And I know I keep bringing that up, but that happens a lot. Worst fear. Holy shit. No shit. This just happened. Oh my God. This was like, I want to say like a week and a half ago or whatever. Zach and I were out running errands, and I fuck you not, we're driving, going like, 25 miles an hour in the neighborhoods, and this little kid on a trike with his mom on her bike, the trike hits the curb, and the kid rolls off the curb, and thank fuck Zach was paying attention, because he goes, whoa, and swerves right out of the road, and the mom, because she's on a bike, takes, extra seconds to dive off her bike and grab her child out of the road. She didn't have her hand on the kid before we were past them. Now, if that had been the same second someone looked at their phone, are you fucking with me? No text or call is that important. Put your phone away. Shit is just fucked. Yeah, 100. That's, John, I honestly see it as that, and I love that. Think of driving as a nice break from the internet BS, an excuse not to answer your phone. 100%. Plug in your music, put that thing face down and just like listen to music that makes you smile. No shit, Rod, it just happened in our neighborhood. It was, I mean, my heart was leaping out my eyeballs. I was just like, oh my God, that's my fear. That's it. It just happened. Oh my God. Because it's kids are kids. It's no kid's fault. It's your fault. You're the driver. Pay attention. Yeah. I love that. Think of it as a nice break. 100%. And I've done that where I've gone on really long drives and then texted someone after like 4 hours. And they're like, oh my God, I thought you were dead. I'm like, no, I'm driving. Like, there's a lot going on when you're driving. So, yes. Oh, 100%. Yeah, we immediately pulled over. But it was just, it was a great, like, situation of how many seconds all those reactions took. Like, it was, I mean, maybe a total of 3 whole seconds that entire incident happened. You know what I'm saying? And it's the curves, I think it's because we're desert. I think Arizona has similar, like, curbs, but we don't have square curbs. We have these curbs that do this. And I think it's because of flooding in, like, monsoon season, right? Or snow melt off and shit. I think it's something to do with that, but I've noticed that around here. We don't have this kind of curb. We have these curbs that do this into the road. So the kid didn't just like fall off the curb and then fall over. His trike went woo, just straight into the road. Little kid, like with the big foam helmet that goes over their ears, like that small. But within 3 seconds, like that happened. We passed, did the whoa, and then the mom was finally off her bike and grabbed the kid. But like, just horrible. It's worst fucking fears realized. Seriously, I just cannot even imagine. I think he could have killed a kid and still wouldn't have been his fault. I mean, who cares? That's the point, Rod. That when it comes to the death of a loved one, fault does not matter. Ever. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I did that. If that happened to me, the guilt of ending a small life that didn't even have a chance, but also ruining an entire family, I would not want to survive. I would not want to be here. Straight up. Be just totally honest. I would be looking for ways to end myself. I couldn't live with that. I would feel there's no, like, fault means nothing when it comes to losing a child. Yeah. That's why it's worse for you to realize. It's just so many, accidental manslaughter. Yeah. It's still horrid. It's the worst thing that can fucking possibly happen ever. I have my phone, me too, to automatically text someone back while I'm driving. I don't even know I have a text until I stop driving. It's a cool setting. I have that on my phone too. I had it on my old phone, but I noticed it's not doing it on this one. I'm wondering if I need to go in and set that up. I 100% know what you mean, Rod. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't matter. And I think a lot of people like to look at it like, well, I should be able to look down at my phone. Kids shouldn't be rolling into the street. Really? Like, you've just done the thing and that's your thought process and it's fucked. I don't know. Fucked. Just drive safe and get off your fucking phone. That's all I ask. Please, for the love of everything unholy. On that note, I have to pee really bad, so let's take a break and then we'll jump into the game. I don't know how, like, does anybody know how close are we halfway through? I don't want to, spoilers. I have no idea how long this game is, but, like, we have a lot of games to play and it's the 8th. So, I want to play some more and get through it. Not get through it fast, but, like, we need to do some fucking time in the game. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm fucking saying. Cheers, load your bowls, I'll be right back. You can watch that while I change our category and shit. Dog lingo? Doggo pupper woofer? What? Okay, hold up. Good song, though. They're all puppers. Every dog is a puppy. They're all puppies. Look at the puppy. Everything is a puppy. It's not just me, right? Gotta move chat over. Hold up. Scoot you guys there so I can see your faces. I love this. Like, there's a subreddit. I think it's just reddit.com/r/snek. SNEK. Snek. It's pretty good. Is the game frozen? Sorry, hold on. I'm restarting it. Maybe. Like I'm watching Canadian terminology. Oh, Canadian terminology is interesting. I want to make a chart. I don't know what of, but I want to make it. I don't know what I would make a chart of. May I also shout out the Knives Horror Wheel that picked 2 awesome movies last night? Dude, seriously. Oh, thank you. Also, that's a good thing to bring up. So, we watched every single Jason movie. They're literal art, film, incredible. You should absolutely invest your time in watching every single Jason movie. They're just the best. And now we're doing just like rando fucking Halloween themed movies, I guess you would say, horror movies, whatever. It was the best time. Such a masterpiece, a collection worth owning, hardcore, just so good, so good. But Knives put together a horror wheel for us to spin every night. We got 2 really good movies last night. The second movie we rolled was Midsummer, which is like a 3-hour movie. So we all agreed we're gonna watch that on Friday. So after Faded Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, if you want to swing by the Discord and you're bored, we're gonna watch Midsummer. But as I said last night, major trigger warnings for those who haven't seen it. I posted the trigger warning in the chat last night. I wish someone would have given me that warning before I went into it. So, my dogs are battling under my desk right now. Can you hear them? Guys, battle somewhere else. If you unplug something, we're going to have a talk. Oh, there's something else I was going to say. A lot of crying, a lot of like just death and stuff. I mean, it's a horror movie, but man, the opening is pretty rough. So if you look in our thing, then it'll say the warning. I'll probably say it again on Friday, and I'll do like a spoiler tag on it or something like that. But there's some major trigger. Not knowing that's gonna happen. I gotta pack a bowl. Welcome back, everybody. It is chilly. It is fall weather. It feels very fall-esque. Hello, my love. How are you? You have a good treat? Yeah. Are you just coming to check on me? I'm here now. I'm not going anywhere, I promise. Do you see my ghost? Hi, Bubba. You need a snug? This strain, I think this is a new one I got. Hold on. It is Blueberry Scone, or Scone. By Seedon strain is the brand. And it's allegedly... Oh, I got some icky on my finger. Disgusting resin. It's allegedly a sativa. And allegedly 26% THC. I'm fairly high. And all I've smoked is my stoner bowl from last night. I don't understand those percentages. I don't know if they actually mean anything. Hello, my sweet son. You're very cute. Oh, shit. I didn't turn it down. Thank you, Lizzie. My bad. My bad. Dramonic, how are you, love? Working on stuff for the Etsy shop? Ooh, nice. Yeah, we smoke bowls instead of smoke bombs. I know, I was thinking, like, man, that sad story's over. Like, what sad story's coming up next? Woo! Hi, Bubba. I see you. I see you there. What's going on? You're the sweetest boy. What are you doing? You want to come say hi? Hi, Bubba. Did you go outside? Was it so much fun? Did you chase something? Why? What do you hear? I hear nothing. What do you hear? Do you even know what you hear? No. He hears smoke bombs. You're a goober, bud. You know, Lizzie, I notice that happens to me when I'm dehydrated. I don't know if you're similar. You're such a gentleman. Thank you for coming to hang out. Did you have a good day yesterday running around the mountains like a wolf? Sprinting through the fields? Yeah, you had a great time. I was there. I saw. You're so cute all the time. That's a big yawn, Bubba. The vet said you had perfect teeth, by the way. I hope you know that. Thank you for letting me brush them. Appreciate you. You did a good boy. But you want that scratch? That scratch. The best scratch. Ooh, I hope it works for you. Dramonic, yes. Oh, Lizzie, I mean, I totally get that. I get that when I have, like, cramps and shit. I, like, outsmoke myself. Dad a good itch. You look so handsome in your new collar, bud. I can't smoke my bong or play my game with you here, but I guess if you just need a moment. That's cool. Oh, your boss showed up on his day off? The fuck? Yeah, I know. You could do anything. That's not it. I've only just acquired it legally, so I think I'm indulging. Oh, that is... yeah, I definitely... That was a thing when I moved here. My tolerance went dumb. Because I was just like, it's just so available. It's just so fucking available now. Like, it's not a pain in the ass to fill my ounce, so wasn't like rationing. Oh yeah, 100% understand that. Oh, Jess. You just gonna go to sleep there, bud? Laying on the desk? That's fine, I guess. I went from spreading 3.5 grams over 3 months. Lizzie, that's just impressive. That's wild. Yes. Oh, gun. I think about that all the time. Like the shit I used to do as a very young girl, like going to strangers' houses in the middle of nowhere where it was just like some middle-aged man with no shirt on, fingering his belly button, and I just show up with cash alone. Just like the dumbest, dumb, silly, dumb situations to go get pot. And then the drive home would just be the most anxiety-inducing thing ever. Hi, Bubba. Dryer vape. Does that make it last longer? To be honest, my diet is poor. I'm food averse like crazy right now, so I'm just eating breakfast bars. I get that. I get food averse, or I get food obsessive, like a breakfast bar or cereal or something like that. That'll just be like what I eat for every meal for a bit. Yeah. Bubba, you're so cute. Did you just desperately need a snuggle? That's okay. You're very sweet. Thank you for coming to say hi. It does. I didn't know that. I have a dryer vape somewhere. It's like called the Dragonfly or something like that. But you had to smoke it like a pipe. And it just was like more, I don't know, it felt like a bigger deal than it should have been. Like more maintenance, I guess. I don't know. Because you're extracting all the goodness rather than combusting. Oh, so really there's no fire involved. Is it just like a hot coil essentially? It's like a convection oven, basically, right? That's what dryer vapes are, I think. Where it's like just heat from all directions circulating in there. I'm hoping this new medication helps my heart, though. I can start walking and fuck yes, maybe even running in. Being on prednisone has been eating. Oh, prednisone is shitty. Yeah, that stuff slows you down hardcore. I totally understand that. Essentially, that's awesome. He's just laying on my desk now. Dude, right. Hey, you want to chill for a bit? Or the classic, yeah, we got to go pick up. Cool. Thank God I'm not armed and nobody knows where I am. Good God. The weird positions. Yeah. I'm really grateful I don't have to do that anymore. Thank fuck. You just chilling? You don't normally come hang out this long, bud. You're just gonna lay there for a bit? I have a Dynavape, which isn't electric, so you need an induction heater or a little torch, just something more powerful than a lighter will do. That's kind of nice, though. I like those lighter torch lighters or whatever they are. They suck, though, with the way that I smoke weed in my bong, because, like, It's bizarre. So like the way I smoke, I hit one corner and then I like suck the flame down the bowl. But those torch ones, there's no flame to be sucked down the bowl, so it literally would just torch the top of the bowl and then it would just be wasted. Like you couldn't, it would create like that coal basically, where there all that green was in the middle, but you couldn't get to it. It was very annoying. All right. Trix decided to be elsewhere. Let us cheers and continue to whatever next super sad shit is happening. They're meant for cigars and stuff, right? Or I think actually people use them for joints or blunts too, because they work pretty well. Like you want to light it all evenly like that. Cheers. Hot. Woo! She's hitting me hot lately. So with the Dynavap, you heat from the bottom of the cap. So so it basically is circulating in there. That makes sense. I was trying to figure out how it hit all areas of it and like actually got it without just burning through the bottom, you know? What up, Vile? How are you, love? Oh, good. Weird. I swear to God, we started so early today and it's already gone, but we did a lot. I have no idea how far we've gone or how far we have to go in the game. I guess the game is technically about 8 hours if you never die. Let me see. Restart checkpoint. Listed a minute ago, yeah. Let me see how far we are. It's a great game. I'm fucking having a blast. This game, yes, it's 31 Days of Knives bullshit, so he has a Halloween wheel. So you know how Glut has the wheel that all of us have been adding to and Glut's been typing into it and shit? Knives has one specifically for Halloween stuff. And so we're just spinning off of that. But I believe our first movie is going to be Addams Family 2. Because we watched Addams Family 1 was our second movie last night, and we all agreed that it's basically like a two-parter. We gotta watch the second part. So we're watching the first part. The first movie tonight will be Addams Family Values, which is the one where Fester falls in love with the nanny, Debbie. And I'm excited, because I love that one. That movie's so fucking funny. So we're already like 13 hours into the game, so we probably have like another 3 or 4 hours left, just considering I probably double playtime just with how much I talk and die and whatnot. It's a great game, though. I'm having a blast. It really, like... It's a case in point of time flies when you're having fun. This game is great. I hate stopping it, and it feels like a... It's like a horrible... What's the word? It's like a... not a cock block, but it's like a tease, I guess. Like, I just have to wait now, and that sucks, but I guess that's good for you. Ish, I think, but I don't know. I don't know how far I am in. It's like edging. Seriously, I start earlier every day, and all of a sudden it's 3 o'clock, and I'm like, I have to go take care of my dogs. This sucks. Here we go. Like, it happens every day. But we'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. as always, 11 a.m. Eastern. Please come hang out if you want to watch more Last of Us. I'm trying to think, like, probably when we finish Last of Us, I'll do an SFX day between games or something, or maybe I'll do SFX while we play a game. I don't know. I want to do some cool special effects. Like, I got some new, my liquid latex that I had for I had from last year, I guess. I was going to say for years, but it's from last year. Turned into a solid. It was just like this disgusting gelatin thing in the bottle. So I got some new stuff on Amazon, and it's called Rotten Skin. So I kind of want to fuck around with that. I don't know, make some wounds, have a blast. Who the fuck knows? In the meantime, I'm going to raid you onto my friend Skin Teen. Jade is a Class A human. We almost were maybe sold into the sex trade in Tijuana at one point in our lives on a scary black stripper bus. Ask her about it sometime if she's feeling chatty. But take your joy. Cheers. Drink water. Brush your teeth. Wash your hands. And stay fucking classy. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Or tonight, movie night for Addams Family, and then a mystery movie. Who knows? Ha ha ha!